This is GT racing right now.
He's got traction, he's got with the outside, both of them! Maloney!
Oh, he's taking Anderson! Anderson's up top!
Oh my God! Oh! Big crash! Oh my goodness, half the field's gonna get rolled!
Section's very close. These guys are want to make their way through the field very quickly. Oh, there we go! Oh no! That's massive! This is it! This is over! I can't believe this! Oh my God!
God, what?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the NASCAR iRacing Series right here on SimSpeed. My name is JD Smith. With us tonight is Kane Kraft, and in the director's chair it will be Jay Kennedy as we come to you from Richmond Raceway from Richmond, Virginia. And a great race for tonight is on the schedule as we get ready for some more NASCAR iRacing Series. Kane, welcome to the show. How are you this afternoon?
I'm great. Looking forward to some good short track racing here at Richmond. We've got a few short tracks on the schedule here coming up, so it's going to be an exciting couple weeks, several weeks.
1 week removed from Circuit of the Americas, and from the road course back to the oval we go. And tonight's action should be action-packed, as Richmond can tend to be lots of heavy bumping sometimes. This is what once was called racing perfection right here. We're going to take a look right now at the NASCAR iRacing Series Championship standings. After round 6, it is Chris Willite up in the top position with 1,370 points. And listed there, you see the rest of the field. Jay Jensen right within striking distance, as well as several others. Long way to go in this season. But as you know, Kane, it is always a good idea to stay in that top 10. You want to stay up there as much as possible. That way, when we close in on the high-intensity remaining part of the season, things just aren't so critical where you have so much pressure. Because when you put a lot of pressure on yourself, it can make things really tough.
Yeah, and enough of the season has passed now where the points will kind of start to give us a little bit of an idea of how the season is playing out a little bit, kind of some benchmarks, but it's still a lot of ways to go. See, Garrett Mains fell like 5 or 6 positions in the last couple weeks, so Ty Ippolito fell. Jay Jensen was in the number 1 spot, now down in number 2. Some serious gains from Chris Willite last week, so it's just been a really good season.
Yeah, this part of the season, you will see a lot more movement on the leaderboard, and that is very, very important. With less races, points matter that much more. And if things can stay interesting throughout the season, I think it'll stay nice and tight through this 36 race schedule. And that way, when we get to that final race, I think we could have several drivers that realistically have a shot at winning this. Hopefully that's the way things will go, and we'll see if they continue to do so. We got about a minute and 40 seconds left in qualifying for these guys. They're out there trying to get those times. Very important qualifying here at Richmond, and this is going to be fun. We're going to have some really good door-to-door racing tonight. Short track, but it's not your typical short track. Some would call it an intermediate, but it is a great track. It's like their old slogan. They used to say racing perfection, because Richmond is just so unique. You've got a great oval here. You got carry enough speed where you've got that racy feeling without it feeling too much like a short track, but it's still tight and everybody stays close together. And you got to do a little bumping and grinding to make things happen sometimes. So we'll get to see that tonight. Getting some good footage of these guys in the final minute of qualification. Right now, Will Cannon on your screen. Absolutely beautiful color on that paint scheme. Love the blues on that number 08 machine. And right now, Garrett Mains is the car with the fastest time. He ran a 22.05. That is very fast. He's got James Otten and Jay Jensen on his heels. And we'll see if anybody can clip it. Also, Noah Bitts up there as well with just 30 seconds remaining. Looking on right now at the number 35 Chevrolet of John M. Lopresto. And let's see, I don't think he was able to up his time. But with 15 seconds left, I think it is safe to say we can go ahead and pull up our starting grid for tonight's race. Look at our front row. It's going to be Garrett Mains, your pole winner for tonight's event, with James Otten on the outside. On row 2, it'll be the 22 machine of Jay Jensen with Noah Bitts to his outside. Row 3 will be Mark Padgett in the number 02 with 15 of Robert Miller on the outside. Moving back into the 4th row, it'll be Gabe Mcclane with Brad Newman to his outside. In row 5, it'll be Scott Naslund and Steve Stridemeyer. In the 6th row, it'll be Joshua Watson with Jordan Harlow. As we move back to 7th row, it's Josh Schaffner with Paul Morgan Jr. in the 33. Row 8 is Michael Mcclane with Matt Kosher on the outside. The inside of row 9 will be Alan Pajari with Will Barlow to his flank. As we move back to the 10th row, it'll be Matt Hollabo with Pablo Donoso on the outside. Row 11 will be Wesley Pistol and Tyler DeBosch. Row 12 is Joshua Gathright and Jonathan Jordan. As we continue to move back in the 13th row, it'll be Ty Ippolito with Will Cannon. 14 will be Stephen Peplinski and Justin Levine. Joseph Poschiota and Maggie Mcguire to the outside of row 15. 16 through 18, we have Pedro Mega, Brooks Dirting, Aaron Riolo, Joshua Campbell, Larry Milken, and Jeff Barnes. And guys, 37 cars out there on the track for tonight's event. A great full field for tonight's race. I want to take this opportunity to welcome everybody to the broadcast. We are so happy to be back with you guys this week. And I want to thank you all for hanging here with us. We hope that you guys will go to the YouTube page and leave some comments on there. We will try to check them sporadically through tonight's event. And maybe we'll get a little something to talk about with you guys and chat your questions or just whatever. The point is to have fun, and that's what we're going to do here tonight from Richmond here on the sim. And the field is getting ready for the pace car to get us going. I'm excited for tonight's start, Kane.
Me too. These guys should take two laps around to get this thing started, and we'll be off 200 laps here tonight. So, man, it's going to be an exciting one.
150 miles. They'll have 6 tire sets at their dispense, and the maximum fuel stint for these fellas is 115 to 125 laps, approximately. As you guys watch the pace car get off here, we got our field getting ready. As Kane mentioned, it'll be 2 laps to green for tonight, and that'll give everybody a second to get that field nice and tight for tonight's start. Restart's going to be huge here tonight, Kane. hopefully we'll get a great run of green racing tonight. But if we do get plagued by the cautions, tonight's restarts are going to be huge regardless. They always are, but here at Richmond, you have an opportunity. We've seen some guys that can really make some moves on restarts here at Richmond. So that'll be something for us to keep in mind as we watch tonight's race. And this start of this race is going to be none other than one of those biggest of opportunities. You get a good start, get a good jump. The big saying that always has been said, though, always stays in the back of a driver's head: you can't win the race on turn one, but you can lose it.
That's true. These guys will be looking to get a good green flag run, and I think they could do it here at Richmond, but man, the tensions do get high.
So here we are, guys. The lights are off on the iRacing pace car. We get ready to go green flag racing from Richmond here. The guys going down the backstretch here as we get ready to go through 3 and 4. The pace car will make that sharp left hand, and we will get ready for the start of this one, as all eyes are going to be on the pole sitter tonight, Garrett Mains, in the number 31. And here it is. Pace car is off, and it's going to be Garrett Mains taking the number 31 Chevrolet of Camaro across the line. We're going racing from Richmond. Already a fantastic start for the pole sitter. Got a great battle back here between Mark Paget and Robert Miller. Paget going to take the advantage on this one, and he will pop in ahead. And we'll get another side-by-side battle here in just a moment behind them as we look at the 05 machine. Brad Newman coming in there racing with Cabe Mcclane as those two battle it out for position. Mcclane down is going to take his run. Let's see, we got a battle already for the lead. Look at this, guys, already working up here for the lead. Or close to the lead, rather. We got right here behind Noah Bitts battling it out right now with Jay Jensen. Jensen up there in the number 22. He's going to come down and try to run the inside line.
Looked like James Otten had a little bit for Garrett Mains there in the first lap or two. Now he's really starting to fall off. Garrett Mains really starting to pull away out in that lead spot.
Yeah, he had a great run right off the beginning. I thought I heard a voice say that there was a battle for the lead, so I was jumping all on it before I got there. And I'm like, wait just a second, that is Garrett Mains, and he is doing quite well. It's James Otten, though, behind him, followed by Noah Bitch, Jay Jensen, and Robert Miller as your top 5. Mark Paget right outside of that group. There's a great little pairing behind them with a battle going on back there, about 3 cars back from the second pairing. That's Joshua Watson there in the number 22 machine. And down on the inside of him, that is, Matt Kocher on the outside, I believe, there in the 22. I think I had that wrong. I'm sorry. That's Nelson Rivera and Josh Watson.
A few laps, maybe a lap or two ago, we seen Cabe Mcguire get knocked around a little bit, sent wide, but he's back down and into the race, fighting for that 8th spot. And man, there's some good battles too here.
Yeah, a lot of guys getting things settled in, getting in a groove here, settling down. I am happy with the way things have started thus far in this race. Nobody getting too aggressive too early. Guys are battling for position, but they're not getting over aggressive. And we've got a nice little start to this race. Heat starting to get into these tires, and guys settling in the groove. Josh Watson and making moves back and forth here, and Brad Newman up ahead, but Cabe Mcclane just made his move. And the caution waves for the first time today, guys. The caution is out, so right as we mention it, the caution waves, and we'll find out exactly what car brought that caution out.
Seen Robert Miller disappeared off the track, and then now he's exited the sim, so my guess is Robert Miller had something to do with it.
As you guys know, we will bring the replay up here for you guys. Take a look here. Oh, it got loose. What happened with that, man? It almost looked like a tire went down or something.
I think it might have been sim related. He might have lost connection or something. The way he just instantly jumped out of the server, it very well could have been hardware.
Yeah, because that looked like when you're watching the race in the real world, you know, a tire goes down and the car just comes out of a, you know, it looked like the car was starting to turn into the turn, but then just stopped and went straight up into the wall. Tough break. We had a great start going, but the guys will re-rack them and we'll shoot for it again.
Yeah, the guys are doing really good here tonight so far, being patient at the beginning of this thing. It's a little bit of a change from what we've seen in the last several weeks, but I'm glad to see it. These guys being pretty patient so far. The caution was brought out, but it wasn't brought out because of a wreck per se between several cars. It was, I think, maybe a hardware issue or something, the way he exited the server before he even got through wrecking. So looking good so far in this race.
That could be the case, absolutely. So Garrett Mains is going to be leading the field back to green again. He's continued to lead this thing since the drop of the green flag. He'll keep his Chevy Accessories Camaro up in the lead. He'll have James Otten behind him in the number 41 Ryco Motorsports Chevrolet. Beautiful paint there for James Otten. Noah Bitts has got the third spot in the 87 Frontline Mustang. And behind him, Jay Jensen in a bright orange Ryco Motorsports machine. Beautiful paint as well. Behind him, it is the Cat Chevy Camaro of Mark Paget. And then it is Scott Naslund, Brad Newman, Josh Watson, Matt Kocher, and then Nelson Rivera. That's your top 10 for the restart. Joshua Jordan is coming off pit road as we speak. I'm not sure who all, but I know I saw at least two guys decide to go down pit road a minute ago. So we have some that have decided to head down pit road. There you see Jordan Harlow. He had a 14.7 on his stop. Another car going down pit road right now, the 35 machine of John LaPresta. And then Cabe Mcclane. That was the car I saw that went down pit road. A 32-second stop for him. That is long. And then Jonathan Jordan with only a 6-second stop for him. So,
Cabe McKinney being that car that we saw earlier that got knocked around a bit and into the outside wall. So probably some repairs there for the Cabe McKinney machine.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. With a time of 32-second stop, you would definitely think there would be some repairs. And at this stage in the race, that is quite okay. You see the damage on the front end of that car. Great footage right there from Jay, keeping us in the loop. Lights are off on the iRacing pace car as we get ready to go back green flag racing. We'll start and have our first restart of the race, and it'll be a same front row as the start of the race for our first restart of the race. All eyes are on the iRacing pace car, and our front runner here we'll see as the guys get ready to go back green flag racing. I got a feeling we'll have a good green run here. All right, guys, coming out of 4 here, the pace car is off, and it's all up to the 31 and the 41 to take us back green flag race. Paget fighting down on the inside. We could possibly go 3 wide here. Look at this, the number 4 going to work his way up on the inside of the 02. A great pass right there from the number 4. And this is, can he keep it going? They got a little bit loose up on the high side. The Caterpillar Chevy Camaro got real loose. That is Paget. And he is able to settle it back down. But for a moment there, things looked a little dicey for the Caterpillar machine.
Nelson Rivera to the inside of the 01 machine. That's
Yeah, Nelson Rivera in the 22, and then Josh Watson up on the high side. Good battle between these fellas as well. The 01 with the advantage for the moment. Fantastic onboard footage right now with Michael Mcclane in the number 46 Chevy, currently running in 11th position. You see on your screen he started 15th, and he's riding behind the number 22 Ford Mustang and trying to keep the car in a good groove. Finding that good groove early is really tough sometimes. You want to try different lines to try to move up, but sometimes just finding that good groove, getting the tires up to temp, and feeling comfortable in the car can be so beneficial. Once you get comfortable in the car, then you can get out there and start trying to stretch and make some moves.
On board with Matt Kocher, he started in the 16th position, already up to 7th, so a good run so far from Matt.
There you see in the 33 Whitey Pies machine, you're looking on board from Matt Kocher. And you see every time he's closing in the gap just a little bit. Here's a great run off the turn. Good exit for Kocher. And he's going to use every bit of the straightaway he can. And as they go back into the turn here, he's going to stay within a car length. Very good run from this guy. Look at this side-by-side battle back here with the 22 and the 02. And that is Badger up on the high side. That is that Caterpillar Camaro again. And they're going to continue at door-to-door. Going to keep this fun. And right now, Mark Padgett up on the high side. Nelson Rivera in the LaRue Ford Mustang. A great Chevy-Ford battle for position. They will literally go neck and neck across the start-finish line. Down into 1 and 2. A good run from Badger up on the high side. And let's see if he can do it. Nelson Rivera is going to try to keep that inside working. But right now, I think the 02 has got a good thing going up on the high side. Mark Padgett is making that work. If he can step out in front, he just can't clear the front of Rivera's Mustang. And I think maybe he might have it on the exit here. He does. He finally can come out and get the position to lock. Good job. He had a great thing going there, but he just couldn't seem to come across the hood there at the 22. Finally, he does. And we'll see if he's able to try to break away, because right now Rivera's got his hands full with the Texaco 46 Havoline machine of Michael Mcclane. Mcclane down on the inside pushing hard, Kane.
Yeah, Mcclane, another one of those drivers, really doing well. Started in the 15th position, up into 11th. That's pretty good. Several spots gained there. He's working on another one now.
Yeah, such a legendary paint scheme to the old Havoline paint. Beautiful.
This series is so good about having such good paint jobs.
They do, and Havoline always reminds me of Davey Allison. It just always will. I know everybody has the different, there's been so many different ones that have been in the Texaco Havoline paint through the years, but I don't know why it just always reminds me of Davey Allison.
Yes.
Look at this. Behind him, Paul Morgan Jr. coming into as well with a legendary Budweiser paint for him. And he's sliding up the number 33. He is working his way. So Nelson Rivera has lost 2 positions here recently, and the possibility of going third. We could go 3 wide here, guys. Look down on the inside. It's the number 26 car trying to make a move as well. That is Josh Softner. And Softner keeping that 26 green machine right there in the thick of it. And he had to fall out. But for a moment, he had a great push going up here with these 2. Now, here comes Paul Morgan Jr. He will get the pass on Rivera, and Rivera going to try to rebound it here as these guys come into the next turn. The 22 goes down to the inside line, and he may have a chance at it if he can get the grip. I don't know if he has it. They get kind of close there as these 2 battling it out. Yeah, I think so far that middle, about 1 lane from the yellow line, Kane, seems to be the best line at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I think these guys will kind of work the lane around a little bit when the rubber starts getting laid down. But for now, it seems like 1 lane up is probably where you want to be. But I've been surprised at how well some of these guys have been working that outside line.
Boy, a great battle for second place right now with James Otten and Jay Jensen. The number 41 Ryco, well, both are Ryco motorsport cars. And they were having a great run there for second. And we got that on the left side of your screen. The right side, we're back looking at that Morgan Jr. and Nelson Rivera. And here comes the 26 softener down on the inside. He's got a great run there off the yellow line, and he'll make the pass on Rivera. So there is another one there. He loses another position. So the 22 going the wrong way. He's got to find a way to try to get on the right path here. He obviously had great pace early in this one, and he's just fallen positions just little by little. If he can hang in there, maybe make an adjustment on the next stop. Yeah, he's got the 27 slowly working up behind him as well, so something to keep an eye on, because the 27 is Alan Pajari, who is in the top 10 in points. Behind him, it's Will Barlow. So some great guys coming up to his rear. Justin Levine, Will Cannon, and Pedro Mega, just to name a few that are coming up behind him. So Pedro Mega right now is the biggest mover in the field. He's gathered at least, 13 positions since the drop of the green flag. And that is fantastic there for Pedro in the number 17 Chevrolet. And got
another nice looking machine.
Yeah, it looks really good. Love the paint there. Rake. And the hood, I love that design on the hood. He's going side by side right now with the 08 machine of Will Cannon. And right now, it was the first time we've seen that inside line really work good over that lane up. So a good job there from Pedro Mega. He's obviously feeling really good in the number 17 Camaro as he's moved up and will continue to do so, it looks like.
Ooh, was Pistol and back behind getting a little loose there, but able to hold on. And looks like he's going to maybe lose a position to the outside in that 86 machine. Is that 86?
Another great battle going on right now. Mark Paget is battling it out side by side at the moment with the Texaco Haviland machine of Michael Mcclane. Mcclane gets the position back, and this was a back and forth affair. Brad Newman was right there with him, but when these two started battling it out, Newman kind of broke away. So Michael Mcclane is continuing to fight it out here with Mark Paget. Right now, Mcclane getting the better of Paget.
If you're wondering what happened to the leader has just taken off completely. He's left the field kind of in the dust, over 2.5 seconds behind. So clean air must be very, very important here at Richmond.
Well, it's that or Garrett Mains is just that fast. He really has got some tremendous pace in general. We've seen him be a threat every week that he's been in the race, and here he is again showing why he is always up at the top, nonetheless in the lead. So he continues to do that. And one thing, if you are paying attention, the 37 machine of Jonathan Jordan is a car that he could be coming up on, and when he hits some lap traffic here in just a little bit, he is already on the hunt.
Noah Bitts under some pressure from Matt Kocher. That's a door-to-door battle that's been going on for about a lap now. That 87 machine down to the inside. Man, he's doing a good job to hold him off there on the outside. He did. That is, Matt Kocher was on the outside. Noah Bitts losing out there to Matt for that fifth position, rather. Nope, that was fourth. Just behind those guys, Scott Naslin looking to get in there and get into that battle, but just being held out.
Scott Naslund started 9th and currently in 6th position. Got his sights set on the Ford Mustang right there. And you know he would love to get ahead and make this a twofer pass if he could get up there and make a move.
He might be in a little bit of trouble himself from Josh Watson that's coming up behind him.
Yeah, it's a tight little 3-car battle between Noah Bitts, Scott Naslund, and Joshua Watson. And Watson is had moments. That's another Ryko machine. He's got also tremendous pace. So we'll keep a close eye on this 01 Camaro, see if he can get up here. Right now, the 14 going to try to make a move right now. That is Scott Naslund. Thought about going high line on Noah, just couldn't get the momentum, the momentous burst he needed. And he'll think twice about doing it. But, yeah, this is a good, nice little 3-car pack here that's 5th, 6th, and 7th place. Jay Jensen was up in – I'm sorry. I had that backwards. I was looking at Jay Jensen and James Otten, the battle for 2nd place. But these guys are both Ryko Motorsports Chevys, so I don't think they'll be too mean to one another for – this early in the race. Now, I could be wrong, but I think these fellows will try to work together for a while. They've got a lot of open track around them, and you're running 2nd and 3rd, and of course they are trying to get way around there to past Jonathan Jourdain, who I talked about a minute ago. He has gone a lap down as Garrett Mains has passed. So Garrett Mains starting to chew up some of the field.
Yeah, and these guys are going to want to not battle it out here because Garrett Mains just keeps pulling further and further away. He's almost twice as far away from the field as what he was just a few minutes ago whenever I mentioned him being 2.5 seconds away. Now he's almost 4 seconds away.
Good battle for 34th position ahead of him as Pablo Donoso and Stephanie Peplinski are battling it out for 34th place. And just because it's in the back of the field doesn't mean it's not a good race. These guys are going back and forth, door to door, and Garrett Mains is coming up behind them. And with those guys side by side, Mains going to have to be very careful making his move. It looks like the 16 let loose so that they could let the leader by, and that is exactly what they'll do, as Garrett Mains will take the inside line to make it around these guys. But, yeah, Pablo Donoso and Stephanie Peplinski were giving it. They're all there for a moment, and they will both go a lap down as Garrett Mains makes the pass.
Ty Ippolito just ahead of those guys with some troubles tonight. Just he was up the field just a little while ago, about in the 15th position or so. Now finds himself down in 32nd spot.
Battle for 29th, Joseph Pisciota making a move as Larry Mulkin was had a good pass there. Oh, we got a car up into the wall, and that is going to bring out the caution. And as soon as we can, we'll get you guys a replay on that one. I saw it out of the corner of my eye, Aaron Riolo, and we'll bring that one up and take another look. I saw the car going up into the wall, making a little contact, so that will bring out our second caution of the race as we are a quarter of the way through this one. And we get our second caution of the afternoon. So let's take another look here at the iRacing replay, and we're looking at the number 70 ADR Gaming. I think that's the correct name on that. You see him coming over the 28, comes across the hood, gets loose, and does a good job to keep that out of the wall. Damage minimal, but it does bring the caution out for the second time of the day. But yes, that is a tough break there. He did a great job of saving that, but the damage is done, light damage, and more than that, just coming across the hood there, got the car loose.
Well, that's something James Otten and Jay Jensen will certainly appreciate, because Garrett Mains was just running away. So
yeah,
that'll catch the field right back up.
And right now, pit road is absolutely busy, guys. Tons of guys on there. Brad Newman, Mark Paget, Noah Bitts, Jay Jensen, James Otten, and Garrett Mains all on pit road. Mains already off, followed by Otten. Here comes Donoso. Jay Jensen is then off, followed by Matt Kocher, Noah Bitts, Josh Watson, and Scott Naslund. That is kind of the run off pit road. But yes, this is a big deal because this catches the field back up to Garrett Mains. They get another chance. Also, this was what I was talking about, where if these guys could just hang in there, give it a minute, and now they can, James Otten and the 41 machine can kind of rethink things. He had a time to make an adjustment in the pits, and he'll be right back starting on the outside, I believe, of our leader, Garrett Mains. We'll see how things do go as Jay Jensen looks to have that spot. Yeah, replay coming up, guys, on your screen. So here it is, taking a look. Here is Riolo coming into pit road, and because it'd be more trouble, it is. And that is not good for the ADR Gaming Mustang, as he really overshot that box. And so just more trouble there for him, unfortunately. And now we are looking back live. So here we are, guys, second yellow of the day. We'll have our second restart here in just a few moments. The pace car taking the guys around. And that is Joshua Jordan up there in that bright pink and purple 37. And I don't know, he should maybe get a wave around. I don't know, maybe not. I don't think he would. I think he will get it next lap, and that will put Garrett Mains on the front position. So guys, 55 laps are in the books. We have 200 to go, and if we can stay green, this race will move along lovely. And we've got some good racing out there so far, and it should intensify as we continue.
Had a question in the chat there on YouTube if the 11 or 12-year-old boy was racing, and that's a different series. He runs the V8 supercar. I can't think of his name, but man, that kid, yeah, Rian Leonage, and man, he is good. But no, he's not racing here in the NASCAR series. He's, as far as I know, he probably races about everything, but we see him most in the V8 supercar.
And the lights are off on the iRacing pace car as we get ready to go back green flag racing here, guys. And it's a big restart. Once again, I think restarts could be the name of the game here today if we get, especially if we get restarts late in this one. So here we go. Pace car is in, and we're going to watch this front row. Garrett Mains takes the field green, gets a big jump. Great start there for Garrett Mains. James Otten in tow in second. Back in third, it's Jay Jensen. A battle for third is underway as Matt Kocher has to jump on Noah Bitts. Bitts down on the inside in the 87. Had the inside line. However, it looks like Matt Kocher may have this. It's going to continue and go down into the next turn. We're still going to stay door to door as this battle continues for fourth place. Right now, Matt Kocher has the small advantage. The 87 does have that inside line, though. As that battle is continuing behind them, another great one right now with Josh Watson, however. Scott Naslin. And so we're going to go three wide. Here comes the number 4 of Brad Newman down on the inside. He came up out of nowhere in the Whitey's Pies racing machine, and he'll come down and get inside the 01 up there on the high line. That is Josh Watson, and that's at a Ryco Motorsports Chevrolet, and they're going to go door to door through this one. And down through the front tri-oval here is a mini tri-oval. It's more like just a regular oval. And that is Josh Watson trying to get up around Brad Newman. And great job there from Newman.
Yeah, man, that was a great start for Newman. Gained several spots there off the start. So that's going to put him up near that much closer to the front. And we'll probably be seeing him trying to run down Noah Bitts.
And for those that were wondering, Matt Kocher did get that battle between him and Noah Bitts. So right now, Matt Kocher up in the 4th position. Jay Jensen trying to hang up there with Otten, and Otten is slowly moving away, and he's wanting to go up there and try to hang with Garrett Mains, and he may be able to do so. Maybe the adjustments were made that got him feeling comfortable again out here, and if that is the case, I would love to see him get up there and give Garrett Mains a good run. The biggest side-by-side I got right now, guys, Jordan Harlow back here in the battle for 16th at the moment. The 29 car up on the high side, Jordan Harlow, and the 32 of Jeff Barnes in the Pepsi machine. Love that one. And then we got Cabe Mcclane and the 22 machine of Nelson Rivera. They were all side-by-side, and things are filing out between those. They got a great race back here about mid-pack. Yeah, right now mid-pack seems to be where the big race is. Close right there between Wesley Pistole and the Tennessee Volunteers 16. And right there battling it out with him is Will Cannon. Cannon down on the inside, keeping a good thing going. They've been going at it for about a lap and a half here. And you think Will Cannon has the advantage, and he does. He will make that pass, and it will stick. Ahead of him it is Maggie Mcguire, who's trying to get up there on Paul Morgan Jr. and also on the high line, that is Tyler DeBosch. So great run through these guys all the way back around position 20. They're battling it out hard. And so really, no matter where you're at on the field, we got fast cars battling hard for position. And I thought we almost had a little incident there with the 22 of Nelson Rivera. Here comes a run behind him. That's Maggie Mcguire. She had to lift, and that is going to cause her run to end.
We've seen a great race from her a couple weeks ago. And she's looking good today as well. Started in 30th, up to 21st. So gaining quite a few positions already today.
Yeah, she's doing really well. Like I said, she had a really good run just a second ago, and unfortunately had a car check up. She had to lift. And once you jump out of that momentum, that kind of ends that run. So she's gathering herself nicely. She's got a really good battle right here on the high line of the 33 Budweiser machine. And I don't know if she'll be able to do it. That is her battling it out with Morgan Jr. And there she goes. Look how fast she is up there. A great job making that pass. And she really got a good jump there through the start-finish line area. Here's the 46 Haviland car we saw earlier battling it out with Will Cannon in the 08 Ford Mustang. And a great footage from on board as the third caution does come out. The third caution waves. And let's find out exactly where that is. Oh, that is big stuff. That is Josh Schaffner, and Alan Pajari. And Pajari is a top 10 car in the point standings, I believe. And that is some pretty big damage there on the big gut Ford Mustang. Love that paint scheme as we've seen it in weeks past, but it has definitely got the soft gut crunched up, huh?
Yeah, that's some pretty significant damage to the side. Luckily, it's a short track. It may not matter quite so much unless it got into some wheels and stuff.
Got into the back quarter panel of Schaffner, and the 26 and 27 both go up into the wall, but the 27 definitely getting the blunt of the damage.
Yeah, fortunately, maybe that side damage won't be too big of a deal here at a short track like Richmond, but if he got any wheel damage, that definitely could hurt him.
All right, so pit road is the place to be. Tons of traffic coming in pit road as everybody's going to get some fresh virtual tires and topped off with fuel.
That was a pretty big incident watching it there on replay. They had couple pretty big contacts there.
Yeah, it was pretty big. Let's see if Garrett Mains can win the race off pit road, and that is close. Wow. What a run from Brad Newman. And Brad Newman in the number 4 Whitey Pies Racing machine comes up there and gets it. I think he edged it out over Garrett Mains, and he did. What a fantastic pit stop there from the number 4 team. And, wow, he really made a move. So we're hearing that Pisciota is the only car that has not pit in that cycle. So everybody else pit in that cycle.
Brad Newman only taking 2 tires for that stop. That allowed him to get up into that spot in front of Garrett Mains there. Garrett Mains just so fast. I don't know that the 2 tires is going to help him much against Garrett Mains. But Brad Newman, we've seen Brad Newman the last couple weeks has really been fast as well, making some great moves here tonight. So we could have a good battle.
Third caution of the afternoon, and it'll be the third restart here in just a moment. And this is a big opportunity for the 4-car. He did a really good jump there to get ahead of Garrett Mains off pit road, and now he'll have the inside line advantage on the restart here in a minute. So if he can get a good jump and hang, let's see if he can do something here, because that is a big move from pit road. James Otten back there in the number 41 Ryco Motorsports. He's been every single time we've restarted, so this will be his first time getting the start on the inside line, and he'll be starting behind Brad Newman. We'll see how that works.
Worth mentioning, Jay Jensen was up there near the front. Now he's back in 8th.
Yeah, that's something to keep an eye on. He was pretty much a fixture around 3rd place for the majority of the race. As the lights do go off, we are going green this time by. So just taking a look at our field as they line up behind the iRacing.com pace car. It is, like we said, Garrett Mains. Well, look at this. This may throw some monkey wrench in it, because we do have Pisciota, who did not pit. So he's actually going to be on the inside of row 1, and so I will be corrected. Brad Newman will start on the outside of row 1, and Garrett Mains will now be on the inside of row 2. So once again, James Otten will be starting on the outside for the 3rd restart here. And so I am sorry, he is not getting an inside start. So here we go. The iRacing pace car is off. Here comes Pisciota to take the field green. Garrett Mains immediately chews him up for dinner. And here comes the 4. He's going to run with him. Look at the 4, guys. He's got a great run down on the inside. And here he comes, Brad Newman making his move to the lead. He may have overshot it, because on the rebound, the 31 comes in tough. Down the backstretch, down into turn 3. Contact is made. Garrett Mains saves it immediately, is up into the wall, but lightly. I think he's going to be okay. The caution will wave. That was insane. Let's get a replay as soon as we can and find another look at that insane restart. Wow. Sorry, guys, that happened in a hurry. As we get ready to bring you the iRacing replay here, we'll take another peek at exactly what just happened. And I can catch my breath for a second. Here we go, looking from a drone camera back here. And you see Garrett Mains coming down to do the crossover on the rebound for this pass. He gets down, a good run. And, oh, I hate to see that. As you see Newman, and then, we got more trouble back. His cars stepped in. We got cars getting in contact back mid-pack. I didn't see this. I was watching.
Jay Jensen in big trouble on that one.
I did not see that. I was strictly focusing on that front battle and totally missed the carnage that ensued several cars back. So here we go, guys. The 4th caution of the race here at lap 78 of 200. Not far away from the halfway point in this one. And so big stuff developing here in the midpoint of this race. And another look from Jay Jensen there in the number 22 Ryco Motorsports Toyota Camry. And you see him, all that back end got into the 01, another Ryco car. And that is such a tough break. 2 Ryco cars involved in that incident. And that is a tough break at this point in the race.
Jay Jensen being hit right in that left front wheel. My guess is that's really going to hurt.
Yeah, I think you're right, Kane. That is not ideal at all, and only he will know quite what it does to his alignment and how the car feels and handles after that. But you got to imagine it's not going to be fun.
Yeah, thinking back to a couple weeks ago in our last broadcast, I seem to remember a similar thing happened at the front of the field with that 4-car. Race for top positions and contact being made. So definitely something for these drivers to be aware of up at the front of the field, to be a little careful.
Well, I bet Garrett Mains is not a happy camper right now. I was really impressed with what Brad Newman did. He had a great, clean run at first, and he got up there and battled for the lead, got the lead, but then Garrett Mains had a really good rebound opportunity as as Brad Newman seemed to drive it a little in too aggressive as he went for the pass. That allowed for Garrett Mains to have a better drive off the exit, and as he was going for the lead, it looked like Mains drove down into him, and I mean, it didn't look like that's what it was.
Newman, yeah.
And Newman drove down into Mains and caused Mains to get loose, go up towards the wall. Mains kept it out of the wall, and he's going to be coming back for vengeance here in a minute. And we know Garrett Mains has the pace. And speaking of pace, the pace car's lights have turned off, so we will be going back green flag racing this time. And Brad Newman will be taking the field to green. On the outside of the row, the front row is Noah Bitts. Joseph Pisciota is in the inside of row 2. And then it is Matt Kocher, Justin Levine, James Otten, Garrett Mains. And that is where he sits right now, currently 7th. So here we are, guys, getting ready for our restart. The iRacing.com pace car going to head down pit road this time by. And now it is going to be up to Brad Newman and Noah Bitts to take this field green. And Brad Newman going to get the field nice and tight. And here he goes. Got a jump, and we're back green flag racing. Noah Bitts right here getting ready to chew up Newman. He got a really good start. Newman had a good jump. However, Noah Bitts stayed right there with him. And he's going to come and actually make light contact with the back of the Whitey Pies Camaro. And here they go across the start-finish line. It will be Brad Newman who leads the lap. However, here comes Noah Bitts on the inside with a fantastic run in the 87 Frontline Mustang. He has the lead, and through 3 and 4, he is in the position and should lead the lap. Boy, really good job there from Noah Bitts. He fought it hard and was able to take and be patient and got the pass when he needed to and has the lead. Brad Newman still there, though. He's about a car length and a half off, and the battle for 3rd place is high. Look at Garrett Mains already up to 4th place. Guys already gained 3 positions, and he is fighting hard. He wants to get back up here and fight for this lead. The car in front of him right now is Matt Kocher, and Kocher right there in front of him. He's going to go down to the inside line, so Main's going to take the low line as well. Use all of the little bit of a slipstream he can get on a track like Richmond. And there he goes, makes his move down to the inside. He'll move up to the 4th position, and better yet, make that the 3rd position. And look at this, guys. Noah Bitts still leading the way, but here's Brad Newman. Remember what we saw just a moment ago. Newman came down and got into the 31. The 31 going to make it around Newman. Can he clear him, though? Newman gets the run down the backstretch as the 4 has him side by side. They're going to go door to door into the turn. Newman actually gets a good run now as this is back and forth. Mains and Newman continue this, and actually Newman going to lead out of the 2 as they cross the start-finish line. Now they go down onto the inside. Here comes Garrett Mains running about a foot off the yellow line. Gets a little loose on exit, but has enough to lead down the backstretch. Here comes a rebound from Newman. Can he do it? No. Garrett Mains hangs in the lead out of the 2. Garrett Mains now has his sights set on the car in front, and that is your race leader, Noah Bitts. And look how good Garrett Mains rebounded, guys. He fell back and has already got all of that space back. A really good run he had with Brad Newman there. Had to be a little bit hairy there for a second as he remembered what happened just a moment ago. And I'm hearing we're going to have a replay up on your screen now. And here's some onboard footage of what we just saw with Garrett Mains and Brad Newman. Oh, and Matt Kocher gets up into the wall. And that is crucial there for Kocher. It did not bring the yellow out. And that can be really devastating to have damage like that and then not get a caution as the rest of the field continues to go. So you see Kotcher there with that damage on the right side of his Toyota Camry. Very unfortunate for the Kotcher team.
Yeah, Kotcher in the pits getting some repairs done. That really hurt that car.
Yeah, that's not what he wanted to see, and that really puts into anything major in his day today. So we'll see how he's able to rebound as the race does continue. Here's Garrett Mains, guys, within a car length of our leader, Noah Bitts, the 87 Frontline Mustang, trying to keep it up there as long as he can. We are 8 laps away from the halfway point of the race, and Garrett Mains with a great run here. Looks to the inside there. Great onboard footage from the roof cam here. As you guys see, the Chevrolet Accessories Camaro right there, that is Garrett Mains. He has a great run down on the inside, and he will get a beautiful textbook pass from an inside line run, and he will lead this lap. Fantastic job there from our pole sitter, Garrett Mains. Noah Bitts didn't do anything wrong there. It just, the line and the run that Garrett Mains had was just tremendous, and he was able to make that look easy. Oh, look at this, guys. The 22 Rivera going to come down and try to pass the 91 here. And he's got quite a bit of momentum here coming down the front stretch here at Richmond. Down into turn 1. Can he get the run he needs? He's got the grip down low, and he will do so. You're on board with Larry Mulkin. And look at his stat sheet there. Started 35th today, guys, up into 13th. You see him make the pass as we speak. And he's going to follow Rivera there. And what a run there from Larry Mulkin. Love to see a guy that'll start way in the back like that and not only move up through the field, but do it in a patient manner. We haven't heard much from Mulkin. And he's kind of been under the radar. Well, he's on the radar now. This guy's moving up through the field.
Yeah, just a couple. Replay going to come up. See what we got here.
We're going to take a look at Morgan Jr. here and find out exactly what just happened. Oh, man, and surprised that a yellow didn't come out for that. All cars stayed facing forward, though, and that does help. But no caution coming out there, so I'm glad that we're staying green. But you know he was hoping maybe a yellow could come out and help him there.
I was getting ready to say, in the 10th spot, Maggie Mcguire started 30th up into the top 10 and now working on 9th spot.
Yeah, she was doing really good earlier. We were watching her. She was trying to make a move. And I saw her several times nip it at gaining a position. However, the field stacked up a little bit and she had to lift. And I saw that she had really good pace, what looked like. Oh, man, car just got loose. And no problems, though. But, yeah, she's done a fantastic job, and it'll be fun to see how she does through the rest of this race. Guys, here we are. It is almost official. We are almost halfway through this one as we start lap 100 of 200 here. So half the race almost in the books, and the second half of this race is going to get intense. Don't go anywhere. If you guys are just joining us, it's been a fast race as these guys have been giving it their all. We've stayed green for the most part. We've had 4 cautions. They've been very short. And the guys have done remarkable out here at Richmond. It's been a fun race, and we're happy to have you guys here if you are just making it. Once again, and the caution's going to come out for the 5th time today, guys. We'll get that up on the screen as soon as possible, but the caution does come out for the 5th time today. So that it could possibly be a Schaffner, the 26 car. We are hearing maybe, possibly, as we bring up the iRacing replay. Let's take another look. Yeah, there's Josh Schaffner, yeah.
He just loses the rear end there, slides it around.
Almost saved her.
He did. That was close.
Yeah, he almost saved her. Unfortunately for him, that car's got pretty severe damage. And that might be all for him today. We'll see.
You know, we've seen a lot of that today where these guys are just losing the rear end and shooting it up the track. So Richmond proving to be a tough track for these guys.
And here comes the pack coming down pit road. It's going to be another big stop for the field as Garrett Mains leads the field down pit road for yellow flag pit stops. And remember Brad Newman with his tremendous pit stop last time. Let's see if anybody else gets the big run this time. And watch the guys wash the speed off. Don't speed on pit road. It can be severe at any track, but you definitely don't want it to happen here at Richmond. And let's see who's going to get that big win off pit road. And looks like Garrett Mains will get it this time. Who got the second jump off pit road? I did not have myself positioned. Looked like Noah Bitts, and then it was James Otten, followed by Justin Levine, then Brad Newman. Fifth off was Scott Naslund, and then Mark Paget, Maggie Mcguire. She gains a couple spots out of pit road. Jordan Harlow. And if that Jordan Harlow was able to do that, that's pretty big because Harlow was way back earlier. He's moved up. I mean, he was lap traffic earlier, and he has found himself back on the lead lap, it looks like. Cave Mcclane is in 10th, so a lot of guys making some moves out here on this track. And the lucky dog will go to Josh Campbell, as you see him in his pit stall at the moment.
Brad Newman going to start this one off from the 6th spot.
All right, so the lights on the iRacing.com pace car are not going to come off quite yet, so we're at least 2 to go before we are back green flag racing. And Kane, I will be right back with you.
All right, so after a set of yellow flag pit stops there, Garrett Mains is going to take us to green. Noah Bitts from the 2nd spot. James Otten from 3rd. Justin Levine up to 4th. Brad Newman down to 5th. Mark Paget 6th. Maggie Mcguire up to 7th. Jordan Harlow 8th. Cave Mcclane 9th. And Michael Mcclane from the 10th spot. It's been good racing here at Richmond so far today. Pretty long green flag runs, which I was not expecting. It's kind of made a short race out of this. It's really been flying by. The lights are off on the pace car. That's going to put us green next time around. Garrett Mains will be bringing us to the green flag. Noah Bitts to his outside. James Otten and Justin Levine. See Mark Paget back there too. He's been having a good race. Several weeks in a row for Mark Paget where he's really done a good job and made his way up the field. This week though, starting up front and staying up front. Green flag flies. Garrett Mains gonna get a good run off the start. Pull away from Noah Bitts by a couple car lengths right off the bat. James Otten already in a battle side by side with Justin Levine to the outside. A little bit of pressure there from Brad Newman. He's going to go to the inside of that 33 machine and maybe get that done. Still side by side with that 33 machine of Justin Levine. Brad Newman finally gets around him. He's going to take over that 4th spot. Justin Levine now under pressure from Mark Paget in the Caterpillar machine. And Mark Paget under pressure from Jordan Harlow. So pretty close battles up here at front. Maggie now under pressure by Cave Mcclane. But she's going to come out on top of that one. We got just behind those the 22 machine coming down to the inside of the Haviland 44. That's Michael Mcclane and Nelson Rivera in a battle for 11th, 10th. on board with Will Cannon. Will Cannon's back in the 12th spot. Man, there's some good battles out here. It's hard to know where to watch. Everybody's single file now, just waiting for their chance to make a move. Except there, everybody went 3 wide. It looks like who am I thinking to click here? Maggie Mcguire gonna fall back to 8th now as Jordan Harlow is gonna take over that 7th spot. Back behind her, Michael Mcclane up to 9th. And another Will Cannon up there pressuring for position. Will Cannon now to the inside of Cade McClane. The contact's made. Will gets kind of half spun, but he's able to collect it. Loses 5-6 spots there, but what a great save. Watching Larry Mulkin go to the inside of Brooks Dirt. I'm sorry, Larry Mulkin on the outside of Joshua Gathright. Nope, that's not right either. My clicker ain't working, so I'm lost.
It is okay, my friend. It happens to the best of us.
Joshua Gathright, who we're watching.
Fantastic. Jay Kennedy always keeping us on top of the action here. Want to point him out as a great job in the director's chair. It keeps us on top of the action at all times. Look at here right now with the cat up there, keeping it up about a groove up, and he's got his hands full as he has the 46 working hard, trying to get up there and make that move. And he's going to have a really good run this time on the inside line, and he should get that pass. He does. Comes across the hood of the cat, and he'll make that pass. Fantastic textbook move there on the inside. And we got an iRacing replay coming your way right now as we take another look at just a moment ago at Badger up there on the high side, and you see him fall in positions there and had to lift. He was pushing a little too hard, I think, and definitely had to get out of that gas.
Yeah, that was definitely costly for Mark Padgett. Lost a couple spots there. I think you're right. He just went in a little too hard.
And that happens. You get into a race like this, you're pushing as hard as you can. You're trying to make up positions, and you start to get comfortable, and you get overconfident. You push a little too hard, and that causes the issue. Look at this right now. Another good move from the 12 car, trying to push that high line in the Toyota Camry. And we'll see if she can complete that pass.
That's going to move Maggie Mcguire up into 6th.
Yeah, Maggie Mcguire. I knew I said she. I'm assuming Maggie is a she. And just really having a fantastic race tonight. She has done so well. Here you see Naslund working that 14 car. He's going to try to make that inside work as well. So starting to see some good stuff happen down on that inside line. Now in past cars, in the Gen 6 car, I remember at first everybody was fighting for the inside line at Richmond. And then as later in the Gen 6 life cycle, we started to see guys run higher lines. So with the Gen 7 car, we'll see how that works. We see it in the sim right now, but real life, the first time will be this weekend. And I'm curious to see if we'll see a similar trend in real world racing this weekend.
Ooh, little loose there for the 14 machine. He gathers it up though.
Yeah, Naslund really got that car stepped out. The back end stepped out on him. He saved it, and really didn't lose as much time as I thought he would. Kane, he still is going to lose the position. It looks like possibly he may save that position. He's still door to door with the 08, and a great run there between both of these guys. And I think he's finally going to lose that spot. He will here, as the 08 able to make the move around Naslund there in the 14. It's not over, though.
Oh, a good drive there from Will Cannon to get around that 14 machine. But, man, that 14 machine, he isn't giving it up easy, is he? He's still right there.
No, yeah, he's doing it too at the 46 of Michael Mcclane. Had a good battle a moment ago with Jordan Harlow, and Jordan Harlow was way back in the field earlier. And, I mean, he's found himself up into 7th position, Kane. I am impressed. I remember making a comment earlier when he was getting lapped by Garrett Mains, and he has done a phenomenal job of rebounding his race. Like I said, running in 7th, and we got a replay coming up we're hearing, so we'll take a look at that. We're going to look at Pablo Donoso here, running in 29th currently. And, oh, the trouble there for the number 7 Chrome Mustang. And surprise, we didn't get a caution on that one.
Man, that was a good save. Pablo Donoso, hearing he's a former Indy Lights driver, so definitely some skill behind the wheel of that machine.
Yeah, did a remarkable job as we watch the battle for 2nd place here. James Otten and Noah Bitts holding it down up here for P2, and these guys been at the front of the field all afternoon, and they continue. There you get a look at the number 12 machine of Maggie Mcguire, working there with Brad Newman in the number 4 Whitey Pies Racing Chevy. So a great battle there. One of the few Toyota Camrys out there on the track. So if you're a Toyota fan, you got to pull for Maggie Mcguire. Not many Toyotas out on the track in this series. I don't know why that is. Possibly because the Camry has remained the same, but the Camaro and the Mustang are newer when you look at how long the Camry has been at the top of NASCAR's series.
And the Ford and Chevy do look pretty awesome.
Well, they do. They look so good. I really like the way all three of them look, but honestly, to me, the Camaro and the Mustang do look the best. And you got to admit, too, I mean, Chevy and Ford just both have such a great following, and not that Toyota doesn't. Oh, and we do have a yellow coming out, guys. I believe this is the 6th yellow of the day. And let's find out exactly where that originated. And we'll get you guys an iRacing replay as soon as possible. And right now we're looking at Larry Mulliken. So Larry Mulliken, we'll see what happened. He is currently running in the 23rd position. It looks like as the yellow flag did wave. Here is our replay. He's down on the inside line, running there parallel with the 05. And the car looks to maybe the back end tried to step out on him a little bit, gets a little bit in the grass, comes across the field, which can be so scary. Luckily, no other cars involved, and looks like the damage for him is very minimal. And the field says thank you for the yellow flag pit stop. So here comes the guys all coming down pit road. This will be a great race off pit road here. Can Garrett Mains hang on to the lead and be the first off of pit road? We'll find out in a minute. That front pit stall is always huge, and so I think it's going to be a fun race between him and James Otten. Otten right there in the 41. Can he make a decision that can get him off and off the pit road before Garrett Mains? Not so fast, as Garrett Mains does get off before. However, it will be James Otten second, followed by Justin Levine, and then it looks like it's Noah Bitts, and then Brad Newman, Michael Mcclane, Maggie Mcguire, Mark Paget, Nelson Rivera, Jordan Harlow, and after that, it looks like Brooks Dirty. So interesting there.
kind of looking like Jonathan Jordan stayed out. And
That is what it looks like.
so that's
So
going to put him at the top of the board with some pretty old tires. And Garrett Mains and James Otten behind him with fresh rubber. I don't think that was such a great decision on this track, but I remember a couple weeks ago someone doing it and I said it was a bad decision. They ended up like winning the race or something. So I'm not judging.
I have learned that I just don't even say anything like that anymore because I feel like I'm proven wrong so many times. You know, these guys are so good. They're the best of the best. That's why they're in this top split. And they know these cars. They've put the seat time in. They know what what they can do. And so if they're confident they can get the job done and they take a chance and they get it and I say something bad about it, I feel terrible. So I'll just let it be and it'll be fun to see how it works out. That was a long way of me saying I agree with you, Kane. So
What's
let's
the other
get
pink car up there at the front that matches Maggie's car?
that Jonathan Jordan. And one thing that I noticed, I was talking about Jonathan Jordan earlier, and I think that I got him confused with another car, but maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. I thought I did. There was a car that was way back in the field, and nope, that was him. So yeah, Jonathan Jordan is in the lead right now under old tires. We'll see how that pans out. The lights are off on the iRacing pace car, guys, so we will be going back green flag racing this time by. And we're going to see just how those tires do on this restart. He's got to be extremely careful not to spin those tires. And here we go, guys, as we go back green flag racing. And we're underway. Mains had a pretty good start for being on the outside. He's going to run right up there on the safer barrier and immediately chews him up. That was fast. What a restart there from Garrett Mains. Here comes the 33 and the 41. Looks like they're going to split, leaving 37 in the middle. And look at these fresh tires. Look at the difference. Wow. Oh, and they got a car around. That's Brad Newman going to get into Jordan, and there's going to bring a caution out as there's major contact here, and the caution will wave as these guys get together. And as soon as we're able, we'll bring you guys an iRacing replay and take a slower, closer look at that incident, as that was so unfortunate on this restart. What a restart indeed. The slower tires definitely did not pay off.
No, and that was kind of a predictable situation, but
I was going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
yeah.
But you see the field, everybody's coming around. They split. One goes high, one goes low. Noah Bitts goes low, and he gets up into Brad Newman in the 4, and you see the results right there on your screen. So a tough break. I feel bad for everyone involved in that. You had guys that were going fast. They didn't want to drop momentum. And then you had Jordan coming up into Brad Newman in the 4 car. So that is exactly how that caution waves, and hopefully we will be able to get back green flag racing fast for you guys. And there's only 62 laps to go, and you know as well as I do at Richmond, that does not take long at all. Under green flag conditions, of course. Taking a look at my... Go ahead, brother.
I was just going to say, 61 laps to go or so in this race. Let us know down below who you're rooting for with 60 to go. I think it's going to get interesting.
Well, right now, the car to beat is obviously Garrett Mains, the pole sitter for tonight. He's shown tremendous pace. He's led about 97% of this thing. And when he did fall back, he was able to chew it back up quickly and has really maintained ever since. So he's back there in the lead where he wants to be. That Chevrolet Accessories Camaro is so fast. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to get him. We'll see. You never know. Never say never. But right now, he just looks so strong. if there's a car that I think that can hang with him up there, it's been the car that's maintained up there with him all race long, and that has been James Otten in the number 41 Ryco Motorsports Chevy. He's sitting in third place right now, but that 41 light green Ryco Motorsports Camaro has been on par or close to par with Garrett Mains all race long. So we'll see if he can do so. And for the restart, it will be Mains on the bottom, Justin Levine up on the high side in row 2 down on the inside. Starting third, it will be James Otten. And the lights on the pace car are not out, so it will be 2 to go, it looks like, as Noah Bitts will get the outside of row 2. Behind them, it'll be Michael Mcclane and Maggie Mcguire. Then it's Nelson Rivera in the 22. And it'll be Mark Paget on the outside of row 4. So that's what we're looking at for our top 8 on the restart. And to round out the top 10, it'll be Brooks Dirting in the 99 machine. And behind him, it'll be Jordan Harlow in the 29. And that is the car that I was getting mixed up earlier, Kane, when I said there was a car that I thought was at the back. That's why I thought it was Jonathan Jordan and Jordan Harlow. I don't know why I got them mixed up. One has a pink helmet or purple helmet for the helmet, and the other one has a pink and purple helmet. So I think that's why I got them mixed up, I'm assuming.
No, I got them mixed up too. Easy to do.
So apologies to both drivers. Sorry for getting you guys mixed up there.
Jordan Harlow doing a great job because he was a lap down there for a while, and now to be on the lead lap in the top 10, that's a great drive.
Yeah, really good job rebounding. Lights are off on the iRacing pace car, guys. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing, and it's optimistic, but what we could say could possibly be the last restart of the race, maybe. And here we go, guys. We're going to go back green flag racing. Garrett Mains jumps to a big restart. And here comes the 33. And there's also down on the inside, it's James Otten. James Otten down on the inside, going to fight hard with the 33. Who's going to get it, James Otten or Justin Levine? Levine with a really good push on entry. He takes it through the middle of the turn or on exit. He's going to come through the front stretch. And it will be Otten who has the advantage momentarily as they go down into 1 and 2. Otten will get the pass. Also, Noah Bitts going to get a good run. 33 will file in behind Noah Bitts. And behind them, it is the 46 of Michael Mcclane. I'm sorry, that is the Michael Mcclane and Maggie Mcguire.
Both of those drivers, Michael Mcclane and Maggie Mcguire, are doing a great job to come from middle field and back of the field to race up here at the front. Justin Levine, bigger than both of them, started 28th, running up in 4th place. That's just a great run from Justin Levine.
Yeah, he's got to feel great on his performance tonight. Maggie Mcguire, as you mentioned, another one in the number 12 Dunkin' Donuts Toyota. She has done a remarkable job as well. And this front pack, fun to watch. And right now, Garrett Mains is feeling mighty confident there as he has about a 7-car lead over James Otten.
Back in 27th position, Brad Newman, who had been running up front most of the day, involved in that last incident, now making a move for another position. Really fell back to the back on that one, and now has to make his way all the way through the field with only 53 laps to go.
Yeah, tough break there for the Whitey Pies Racing machine. And
Australian driver, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you are right. There's Cade McClenny. We're looking on with him. He started 7th, currently running in the 10th position. And good footage there from the rear roof cam as you see these guys and get a good glimpse of what these guys are kind of looking at as they drive this race. It's one thing to look at it from the broadcast view, but to get a good view from down there, what these guys are seeing, it makes it put it in perspective a little bit better.
On board with Ty Ippolito. Ty has had a tough race today. Up in the points pretty high in the championship, but man, Richmond has just been a tough race for him, but he's in 13th place right now, making his way forward just a little bit as this race closes up. So the more he can get to the front, the better he will do for his points run in the championship for sure.
And I tell you what, Kane, if he can find a way, as the yellow
big wreck for
does
Brad
come
Newman.
out, big wreck, and the yellow does wave, guys. And you see right there the number 4, Whitey Pies Racing Chevrolet has some big troubles. We'll take another look at the replay to get the whole look at this thing. And we'll walk you guys through what just happened as the caution waves again. And boy, I tell you what, I want to take another look at that. Here it is, the iRacing replay for you guys. Here you're looking at Brad Newman in the Whitey Pies Racing Chevrolet Camaro. Gets tapped from the rear. The 35 gets into him and puts him into the wall. And that is not what Brad Newman wanted. He wanted to fight back, not fight out of the wall. And that is a tough break for the number 4 team.
Yeah, it was John Lepresto that got into the back of him. I don't know if Newman maybe had to let off, maybe he went in a little hard and had to let off, or if Lepresto went in a little too hot. But definitely some contacts.
Here's another look right now on board with Jeff Barnes looking ahead. And you got kind of a look there. Oh, you see the contact with Barnes. I didn't even see that. And that's why Jay put it up there on the screen for all to see. Great onboard footage there that showed that additional contact. So, guys, with 48 to go, Garrett Mains is your leader. And he continues to be the car to beat. Behind him, it is James Otten in second place. And behind Otten, it looks like it is going to be Justin Levine. I may be getting that wrong. It is Noah Bitts first, and then Justin Levine, followed by the 46 Havoline machine of Michael Mcclane. Then it is the Dunkin' Donuts Toyota Camry of Maggie Mcguire. Then it's Nelson Rivera in the LaRue number 22 Mustang of Nelson Rivera, Mark Paget in the Caterpillar 02, and Jordan Harlow in the 29 machine. And just to give him a proper shout out, the Band-Made, I want to say Band-Aid, but the Band-Made Camaro. Nice paint there on the 29 as well. I like that, the Band-Made. And then I'm taking a close look at these guys, so that's why I'm taking my time looking at their paints. And then behind them in 10th, it is the Mcclane Bros Racing Chevrolet of Cabe Mcclane. Mcclane is a car that started off the day. He was up in the mid to front pack. He went way back there for a little bit and has found himself back in the top 10. So an up and down day for Cabe, and now he finds himself in a top 10 position. And one thing I was going to mention right before that caution did wave, Kane, we were talking about a car, and I'm trying to remember who it was that we were talking about their day, and it totally has popped out of my mind. I know Jay Jensen has had some issues. He was up there in third for a good part of the race, and he finds himself back in 30th, but it was not Jay. It was somebody else we were talking about. And I felt like I had something so important, but it has slipped my mind.
Well, we know Ty Ippolito's had a rough day.
That was it. That was Ty Ippolito. And he is in 13th position at the moment, guys. And we will keep an eye on him to see if he can find his way into a top 10. If he can get out of here with a top 10 today after the race he's had, I think he has to feel good about it because, like I said, this day could have ended a lot worse for him. And we'll see how it pans out as we get ready to go back green flag racing, guys. Garrett Mains going to take us back running, guys. Green flags a-waving. Oh, James Otten with a good start this time, guys. Otten right there with Mains. And he's got a really good run. Also, Bitt's going to run well as well. He gets down on the inside of Otten, and he'll have to file back in line. This time, James Otten in the 41 Ryco Motorsports Chevrolet is going to hang right there within about 2 car lengths of Garrett Mains. Going to give us a show. Mains, of course, with tremendous pace. Watch the line Garrett Mains runs in open track. He knows the fastest way around this track, as he showed with his pole times, but just look at how smooth Garrett Mains' car is. That car has to feel remarkable.
Big battle again between Maggie Mcguire and Michael Mcclane. Car around, that's going to be Will Kennan. It's not going to bring out the yellow flag, but yeah, it's a tough break for Will. Michael Mcclane did make out better than Maggie Mcguire in that battle. He's going to take over the 5th spot. Whoa, 3 wide going into turn 3 looks like. And he got through it clean so far.
Wow, Maggie Mcguire gets high. She's going to lose several positions, gets back down and saves it, but she's going to lose so many positions as she gets quick-towed back to the pits. Don't know what just happened to Maggie, but she was right there. I mean, she was right there running so well in 6th position. And I was watching her, and she went high, and I'm taking another look at it myself. Yeah, she went high and looked like she got lost, came back across traffic, got to the apron, and immediately quick-towed out of the car. So that looks like her day may be over. That is so unfortunate for Maggie, who had a really good race.
She had enough damage to need it to. I think she was just trying to get out of everybody's way, but she was down on the apron. So
yeah, she was.
Some kind of failure.
Something happened. It could have been something out of the sim. We don't know. And that is so unfortunate for Maggie Mcguire. Had a wonderful race. 39 laps left in this one, guys. Garrett Mains leads the way. James Otten, Noah Bitts, and Justin Levine are your top 4. And this one is going to go down to the wire, it looks like. James Otten is hanging on to 2nd place right now, but you see Noah Bitts pushing on with all his might. And here's a replay on your screen right now, guys, looking at the 99 of Brooks Dirting. Woo. Look how close that was. My goodness. He ended up getting into the wall after that and lost a little bit of track position. Makes contact again with the 86 and then saves it. Locked the tires up very briefly. Wow. Thanks, Jay Kennedy, for bringing us that replay. I did not even see that. Look at this right here with the 29 guys in the 05. As that is Cabe McClinney, I believe, there in the 05. And then in front of him, that is Justin Harlow. And this is a fun run between both of these gentlemen. They were giving it a good little run there. And then in front of them, the 05 going to try to get up here and press on, as this is the Caterpillar machine. And then in front of him, the 46. So these guys, several of them have been up near the front all race long. And like we said, they're all been chasing down Garrett Mains the whole race. James Otten 2nd, Noah Bitts 3rd, Justin Levine 4th. The 46 of Michael Mcclane, haven't mentioned him in a while, but he's in 5th place, and he's in a good spot in this race. He's not very far at all from the 4th place driver, Justin Levine. He's in about 2 car lengths, so pretty close battle between those two. And I've noticed some of these front runners are making their way through some lap traffic, and you know how that can try to stack things up. So got to be careful going through the lap traffic. We have seen lap traffic cause some trouble already today, and at this late in the race, it could be so crucial.
Nelson Rivera to the inside of Will Pistol. Not able to get the move done yet, but a good battle ensuing back here for the 12th position. Oh, that 35 machine out of nowhere, John LaPresto takes over that spot from Nelson Rivera, and now putting it on Wesley Pistoli. Going to take that spot as well. The 35 machine's got some pace here late in the race.
Yeah, he's gotten ahead of that Tennessee Volunteers Mustang F Pistol and continuing to move forward. So we'll keep an eye on the 35 car as we continue. Almost down to 30 laps left in this one, guys. So this race is getting into the final countdown here. And now is the time, as we got a car goes way down to the inside there and will lose. As you see the 22, remember early in the race. Jay Jensen was way up there in third place. And, oh, we got a car going down towards the grass. That's going to bring the caution out. He saved it, but nosedived it down towards the grass and was able to stay out of any major trouble as the number 70 Mustang back on the track now. But the caution has waved, and if you're the field right now, that's going to tighten us back up and possibly give us a great 27, 26 lap run to the finish.
Yeah, that was Aaron Riolo and the 7
Riolo.
team.
Yeah, that's Aaron Riolo on that one. And did a good job. That could have been worse, but everybody's okay, and the caution is out. Some guys coming down to get those fresh virtual tires put on the car, and we'll see who wins that good old race off pit road. Once again, the advantage always goes to that front pit stall box, and that is Garrett Mains. James Otten staying right there, though, as he has that second box. And we will keep an eye on the race off pit road. Remember Brad Newman, he jumped like 4 positions on a pit stop earlier. How crucial would that be at this stage of the race? This should be the last stop for most guys, and we'll see how they fare. Getting off pit road, Mains already away, and he will be the first car off pit road, and followed by James Otten, Noah Bitts, Justin Levine, then Michael Mcclane, followed by Mark Badgett. And Mark Paget, I'm sorry, Mark. And then it is Cabe McClinney. After them, it was the, Tyler DeBosch. And then Wesley Pistole, I think. So, and I may have messed that up. We had some of the other field was joining in, and I kind of got off.
So we had another driver stay out this time, Jordan Harlow. The driver we mistaked as staying out last time, which was Jordan that stayed out last time. This time Harlow stays out. Looked like the other Jordan was going to stay out there for a minute, but Jonathan Jordan, but he did go into the pits to get some tires. So we do have a driver that stayed out though, Jordan Harlow, and he's going to be under some serious pressure again from Garrett Mains and James Otten and Noah Bitts, and we could see a replay of what we've seen 30, 40 laps ago.
Yeah, Garrett Mains will be starting on the outside of row 1, as you mentioned just a moment ago. It'll be the 29 machine of Jordan Harlow in the band-made Chevrolet. Going to take us back green flag racing here, guys. We are on lap 175 of 200. And with that being said, we are looking at a cool 26 to go. Might as well go ahead and say 25 to go, I believe, when we get restarted. Maybe 24. The lights are still on the pace car. I think they're going to turn off this time by. So as the field makes it down the front stretch here at Richmond Raceway, the lights do go off. So, guys, we're going to get the field tightened up and get ready to go back green flag racing.
Do you want to mention that 10 drivers are out of this race tonight? That seems like a lot.
It does, and especially for a race that I feel like we haven't had a lot of major wrecks, but I feel like maybe it's more than we've realized because we have had 10 exit the field, but we did have a 37-car field tonight, and so we still got 27 competitors out there that are ready to make something happen. And here we are, guys, the pace car getting ready to make that left-hand turn down pit road. And here we go, ready for our restart here at Richmond as Jordan Harlow going to take us green flag racing. Immediately, Garrett Mains going to take the lead. Here comes look at the 41 down on the inside, going to make it around Jordan Harlow. Noah Bitts also going to make a good pass, and the 41 at James Otten going to fall to third place. And Noah Bitts immediately up into second place and not too far away from Garrett Mains. Behind them, it is going to be Michael Mcclane in the 46. Oh, and another car. There goes Harlow. He's going to come up into the wall. The caution will wave. And this was crazy. Yeah, Harlow saw him get there behind Cabe Mcclane. He was right beside Mark Paget. We'll get ready to bring out the replay. Got up into the 29 and put him up into the wall, and that brings out the caution. So we're going to re-rack him and do this again. Let's take a look at the replay on your screen right now. Yeah, look at this. Kane hits the inside of the pit wall, gets back up on the track, and then gets up into the 29. And the bandmate Chevrolet tries to save it, but gets tapped on his rear and gets sent completely around. And we're kind of lucky that one didn't have more cars involved. That could have been really bad.
Yeah.
Anytime you have a car that leaves the track and then comes back up the track is typically when you get some of the worst wrecks in motorsports. That one luckily didn't get that bad. Of course, tell that to the guys that are in it. They think it's just the worst.
Yeah, Paget hitting on that left corner could have messed up some of that alignment, and could see his car really take a hit from that one.
Yeah, and Paget's had a really good day. I mean, he really has up until this. He's been up there a fixture right around the top 10 all day long, and he's had many good fights, fighting for position, battling back and forth. And it's unfortunate. Here's a great view right now of that inside retaining wall, and look at that. There's the contact, and you see the skid marks going into it. He was trying his best to stay out of it. Just unfortunately for him, the contact was made, and it sent him back up into traffic. There you get a great look at the number 31 ChevyLiners.com Camaro of Garrett Mains. Currently first, highest first, and remember he fell back there for a short time. He fell as low as 7th. He immediately got back on it and brought it right back to the lead. That car has been tremendous. And I don't want to take anything away from Garrett. Garrett Mains has been tremendous. He has driven an exceptional race. And I don't think there is anything you can't say about how well this guy has performed today.
Even with the stressful start there, kind of getting taken out mid-race or so and getting knocked back to that. So having a great save from him. He got right back into the race and was able to make those spots back. Didn't let himself get too flustered. And yeah, so you're right. A great race from leader Garrett Mains so far, as well as Noah Bitts and James Otten. Both of those drivers been up there this entire race, challenging.
Yeah, I bet they've had fun. I mean, what a challenge for James Otten. He's been, when you look at pace, he's been almost right there with Garrett Mains. He's just not quite fast enough to overtake. So he's been up there. He stayed within, a couple car lengths. It seems like after, even on our longer green flag runs, he's only fallen back. At the most, I think he fell back one time was about like 9 or 10 car lengths, but at the beginning part of the race. But really, he's been able to maintain and stay pretty close for the most part. And we should get a great little finish here with about 17 laps to go, hopefully, when we do get restarted. It should be 17 or 16, and I'll check on the pace car here and find out exactly when we are going to go. So the lights are out on the iRacing pace car, guys. The field is tightening up and getting ready to go back green flag racing. Hopefully, guys, we get this big push to the end here. And the pace car is off, guys, and Garrett Mains going to take us back green flag racing.
Looked like Noah Bitts might have got caught sleeping a little bit there. James Otten pushing really hard to the inside now. Noah able to regain some of that speed and maintain that second spot. Garrett Mains is just blasted off.
Oh, here comes James Otten. He looked down on the inside, had an opportunity, thought he might get a jump on Noah Bitts, but while we were watching that, I was watching the 46 car behind Justin Levine. That's Michael Mcclane. Had a remarkable run there for a moment, but he had to lift when he got into the back of the 33 machine. So here we go. Here comes James Otten, going to go down on the inside, going to try to make a pass for P2. Can he get it? He's got to fight Noah Bitts here. Bitts got a great little run there in the midline, and he's going to get the faster run down the backstretch here at Richmond. Down into turn 3, Otten with a little bit of a nice run there on the inside line. He's going to get a good push. And as the guys come across the start-finish line, it is actually going to be Noah Bitts who crossed the line first. Now we're going to see a pass from James Otten. So here he goes up into P2. Oh, wait, it's not over yet. Noah Bitts with a remarkable run down the backstretch. Look at the speed of the 87 coming down the backstretch. Fun race between Noah Bitts right now and James R. Otten. They are continuing to push back and forth. Now James Otten goes back and gets P2. And these guys have got to get up there and try to fight Garrett Mains. They have got to do so. I know this is a fun race watching these two go back and forth. But if there's anybody that's going to have a chance of getting him, they've got to get up there. This race is going to get away from us in a hurry if we stay green. I mean, we're 12 laps
Justin
to go
Levine
in this.
sliding it around the turn. He's going to save it, but
what a
that could
save.
have been bad, but what a great save.
What a save, and very thankful he did save that. I know for him he would have probably preferred if the caution waved, but I am really glad this stayed green, and I want to see some great green flag racing.
Now in a big battle with Nelson Rivera and Taya Polito?
No, you're talking about the 86?
Oh, Tyler DeBusch.
Yes, that is Tyler DeBosch, and he's got a good run on the inside of the 33. Can he get Levine here? We shall see. He's got a great run. He's going to follow the 22 of Nelson Rivera, and not going to be enough. Not going to be enough at all. It looks like Levine, well, every time I say that, he hangs right in there. They're going to continue this battle door to door as the battle for 8th place, 9th place continues. Up ahead of him, it is Ippolito is in the 7th position, and then 6th is Cave McClane. The top 5 right now, Joseph Pisciotto, 4th Michael Mcclane, then of course Noah Bitts, Josh Otten, and your leader Garrett Mains. And with that, Garrett Mains crosses the start-finish line to get us to 8 laps to go in this one. This one is running in a hurry. Yeah, James Otten and Noah Bitts were going back and forth for quite a while there at the beginning of the restart. Here it is. James Otten seems to have gotten this and has kind of settled into P2 here. Even though Noah Bitts is right there with him, it looks like Otten has got himself focused on open track ahead. He's got to try to push, but with 7 laps to go, I don't know if he can get up there. He'd really have to find some pace. So 6 laps to go in this one, guys. It's been a fun race here at Richmond, and it's going to go down to the final lap here, it looks like. But right now, the ChevyLiners.com Chevy of none other than Garrett Mains has made this look easy, guys. He has had such a remarkable run. 5 laps to go is it. And Garrett Mains deserves every bit of praise that he can get because this has been his day. He has truly shined here at Richmond. And he'll be on the left side of your screen as we watch the battle for second on the right side. You're looking at Noah Bitts there in the 87 as he is fighting hard trying to get that second position back from James Otten. And don't know if he's going to be able to do so. 4 laps left in this one is all that it remains. And he is fighting hard. Just don't know if he's going to be able to get it. Back behind him, the 46 Texaco Haviland machine is coming up as well. What a remarkable race from the 46 team. They have had a great day as well. And they have been right there in the thick of it as well. That's Michael Mcclane. And he has been up there all day. Look who come to the top 5 at the right time. Joseph Pisciotto in the 91 Ford Mustang. He's found himself in 5th place. Cave McClane in 6th, just outside of the top 5. And then Ty Ippolito, we talked earlier about him being out of the top, or where he was in the point standings. He has turned this into a great day. And here we are, guys, the final lap of the day coming up. White flag will be waving this time by, as it is going to be Garrett Mains who's going to lead this parade around for the final time today. The flagman is ready. He's got that white flag waving now, and it is the final lap. Get the checkers ready, as here comes Garrett Mains down the backstretch here at Richmond Motor Speedway, and the final turn. What a job for Garrett Mains and the ChevyLiners.com Chevy team. They take the race here at Richmond. Beautiful job there, followed by James Otten, Noah Bitts, Michael Mcclane, and Joseph Pisciota, your top 5 from Richmond. What a day. A great race as a whole. Very entertaining tonight, and some great racing really throughout the field. But how about Garrett Mains? Really impressive. Led 172 of 200, guys. That is so impressive, and it is a well-deserved burnout time for Garrett.
Road races didn't seem to be too good for Garrett last week as he fell in the points, but to come in here tonight and get a victory here at Richmond, definitely going to help him in season points, and it's going to help his confidence going into the other short tracks that we got. Several short tracks coming up, so Garrett Mains is going to be one to keep an eye on for sure.
Yeah, this is what you call a statement win. He came in here and he made a statement. Was by far the most dominant car on the track, and he showed it, man. He went out there and performed so well. Let's take a look at our final results here from Richmond. As we talked about Garrett Mains winning the race, but the rest of the field looked like this. James Otten took 2nd with Noah Bitts in 3rd. Michael Mcclane in 4th with the 91 car of Joseph Pisciota in 5th. Cave McClane comes across in 6th place, and Ty Ippolito, after a long start to the day, finishes in 7th. 8th place goes to Nelson Rivera with Justin Levine in 9th. Our 10th car is Dyler DeBosch. As we move back to 11th, it is Matt Harlow with Wesley Pistoli in 12th. Scott Naslin took 13th with Pablo Donoso in 14th. 15th went to Joshua Gathright with the 70 car of Aaron Riolo in 16th. 17th is for Alan Pajari, with 18th going to Will Barlow. Our final 2 in the top 20 goes to John Lopresto and Mark Paget. As we move back from 21 to 30th, it was Jonathan Jordan, Will Cannon, Larry Mulliken, Jordan Harlow, Jay Jensen, Jeff Barnes, Joshua Watson, Brooks Dirting, Maggie Mcguire, and Paul Morgan Jr. Our final cars on the track are Brad Newman, Pedro Mega, Stefan Poplinski, Josh Schaffner, Joshua Campbell, Matt Kocher, and Robert Miller. That is our 37 car field, and it's in the books, guys. Richmond was a remarkable race. Really enjoyed that, and what a fun run it was. Let's take a look at next week as we head to the hot dog track, Martinsville, for round 8 of the NASCAR iRacing Series. We'll be here at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on April 6th. You guys don't want to miss that. It'll be same time, same place next week, but a new location, Martinsville Racing Short Track. And boy, is Martinsville going to be good. Looking forward to that.
Those hot dogs can still be $2, are they?
I don't know. I don't know at all. I just know that they're supposedly really good. So I've never been to Martinsville in the flesh, but I am looking forward to seeing it next week. I know that.
Yeah, Martinsville's always fun. Always a good, fun race to watch. So I can't wait. It's going to be a good time.
All right, guys. Well, and we're hearing that about 95% of it will be under the lights. So that is
95% sure that we'll get some lights.
Oh, 95% sure. I thought 95% of the race would be under the lights. I was like, man, that's a lot of the race under the lights then. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us here tonight. We will be back next week. Make sure you check SimSpeed for all kinds of action as they cover so much stuff here at SimSpeed on the sim. They're always covering some type of sim motorsports, so you guys come back and check us out. Thank you so much for coming along. We'll see you next week from Martinsville. Y'all have a good night.